Ooh,
Let's get it started. Cheers.
Cheers.
Get it started.
Okay, cool. Sprite again.
Only a few more episodes.
Love that for me.
A few more episodes.
Hey, it's coming soon.
Sweet, everybody. So
Too soon.
welcome back to episode 3. The best episode yet. We
The boys set the bar pretty low.
shout out to them.
Shout out the boys. But we promise we will not be shouting out nearly as many people as they did.
No.
I literally counted, and I think you would be wasted at 6 minutes in if you took a shot every time they shouted someone out.
Yeah, so challenge to that. Go back and listen to episode 2 if you need a drinking
Yeah,
game.
it's a
We
great
should do
drinking
that.
game.
Shot every time there's a shout out. You want to kick it off, Mary Kate?
Yeah, so episode 3, we're excited to be here. In this episode, you have the girls. I'm Mary Kate.
Power. I'm Jade.
I'm Jordan.
So now you have the girls. Last week was the boys. This is episode 3. This is Life on the Ave. Quick recap. Episode 1 was an intro. Episode 2 was the boys mostly shouting out their bros. But they also talked about time blocking and hobbies and but it was a good and time morale, a lot of time morale.
Yeah.
But it was a good episode, and shockingly they did a great job. So
did good.
I can't be too much of a hater. This episode is going to be a little different. We're going to have like the same segment that they did, but we're also going to talk more about social media, being women in business, women specifically in real estate, how we kind of all got here, and we're excited to be here.
Yeah. So let's kind of just like recap the weekend and talk about what we did. We had a really good week last week in terms of like business and being in Trolley.
Jade went to the Phillies, first ever
Yeah.
Phillies game.
Yeah, my friend does it for his birthday every year, so I normally fraud. You know, if you're my friend, you know I do that sometimes, but I actually showed out. And
What does that mean? I fraud.
like,
I'm old.
I'm going to go.
Oh, flake.
Flake, yeah.
Flake.
Yeah, like,
Okay.
hey, it sounds really good. I'm going to sign up.
I don't know
I'm
what
going
the
to
cool
pay
kids
for
are
it.
saying.
And then last minute, I'm going to say,
And then you dip.
hey, I'm not coming. And I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie. I'm flat out just saying, like,
Good for you.
hey, I'm not coming. I don't want to anymore.
Good for you.
Yeah,
I
so-
wish I had that strength. Now I just blame the baby, but for a while
If I had, that's a good excuse though,
the
because you're
best
not lying.
excuse.
It's like,
See,
hey,
I just
the
don't
best.
show up.
You just
I'll
don't
be
show
like,
up?
oh, we can't do that.
If I'm after work and someone says meet me, I'm like, okay, I'll drive over there. I go home.
What?
I'm not meeting.
I'm the type of friend that would be like calling your boyfriend, calling your mom, like,
Right,
hey, she
where
said she was
are you?
coming,
She's
she's not
dead.
coming. Yeah.
No, because if I tell them no like 7 times, they don't stop. I'm like, you know what? Fine, I'll just meet you there, and then I just don't go.
But yeah, also had the Trolley 5K. That was
Trolley
awesome.
5K was
Shout
awesome.
Out, I can't keep saying shout out.
shout out
Jesus.
anyone.
Maybe it's hard, but shout out Tap House Beer Runners.
It was awesome. No, it was a
There was a
huge
lot of
turnout.
people.
Yeah.
And it was all young people, our generation, which was good. Like that's exactly
over
what it
100
should have
people.
been. It was packed.
the one guy that finished first was in his like 40s, and
Yeah.
he finished in like 18 minutes, or like his
The
50s, like
People
early
are crazy.
50s.
so fast.
Runners are weird. No, but the Trolley 5K was awesome. Great turnout. We ran the raffle table, which was great.
Yep.
We were
Sponsored that.
sponsors, which was cool. And that event will probably just only grow.
Yeah, they do it every Tuesday at 6:30.
Yep.
Meet at Tap House.
Yeah.
They do their 5K up to what park? Rockland Park.
They mostly go towards the park, yeah, but the route changes pretty much
Yeah,
every
and
week.
you can be a walker, you can be a runner.
Yeah, the
I walk
walkers
about
are back.
4 blocks and then I walk back.
Yeah,
so
and then
by
get
the
a
time
beer.
I do that, the runners are already back.
Yeah, and then it's also
You have a beer with the neighborhood, the people
music
who are
bingo
there.
that night
Yeah.
at Tap House afterwards, which is super fun if you're into that. Yeah, it's
It's
just
a
like
fun way to kick off the beginning of the
I
night
should
or
go
the
run.
week.
That'd be fun.
You
Yeah.
should. And
I'll cheer
it's
on.
all kinds of people. It's all kinds of people.
Young,
like
old,
all
kids.
ages.
Yeah.
Some people bring
Moms
their
with
dogs.
strollers, dogs,
Yeah.
everybody.
Can
Yeah.
I run with Murph?
Yeah.
She's never run before. Like she's never been. I don't know if that stroller can take it. If we got a different stroller.
I'll get her a little.
Yeah,
Sack that you wear.
Yeah.
she's heavy. She's heavy. Good luck.
And then we all did a trolley cleanup this weekend.
Yep.
Yeah, so we got together. Miss Greenville set it up. Walked around the neighborhood. There was a handful of us. Good amount of people showed up and picked up some trash and helped out the community. So that
Right.
was really fun. It was nice. It was a beautiful day for it. So
It was really nice.
Yeah, and like that's the kind of thing. Like even if just one person shows up, like it's a
huge
success.
success.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good to just give back to the community because we do a lot in this area, but sometimes we, don't always
Really forget
necessarily
the little things. You know what I
things,
mean?
yeah.
Like picking up trash. Like that doesn't sound fun, but like that's what it means the most
Yeah.
sometimes. So
Yeah.
Yeah. And next year that event will be even bigger. It'll
Yeah,
be good.
There was
And
a
just
lot
rest.
of people that we ran into that like do it all
just
the
do it on
time.
their own. Sunday
Like,
morning, they're out doing
yeah.
their own
with
you know,
wagons
good people deeds.
and like I was like, wow.
I will say Vince picks up trash everywhere we go. Like if
Yeah.
we're pushing the
He's
baby,
got his picker or his
not always
grabber.
his picker, but like if we're out walking the baby around, he will pick up trash everywhere we are.
I was
And
jealous
it's-
of his picker.
It's nice.
that.
Sometimes it's a little gross. I'm like, I don't know if I would touch that.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see. It's like, oh, you saw that and you picked it up.
Yeah.
Some people are like that. God bless him. Yeah, great weekend. What did you do this weekend? Anything fun? She did the Phillies.
My sister had a baby.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
We love
Baby's
babies.
the best.
Super cute. You got to meet him today?
Bawled my eyes out.
I would too. I want to
so
bawl my eyes out
cute.
thinking about him.
Yeah,
He's so cute.
Yeah.
I want to cry right now. He's so cute.
It's okay. You can.
they just get cuter.
Just seeing him in the NICU broke my heart too, but
Yeah.
He'll be
going
okay.
home.
What's
He's
his name
going home
again?
tomorrow.
Bo.
Bo Christopher.
Love that. That's a strong name. Love it.
But then the best event of the week, first Cocktail Connections.
Huge.
Huge.
So I
success.
think it's fun that we get to talk about it. The boys, said that was
Introed
going to
it.
happen.
Yeah.
Introed it. Yeah. And we had a banging turnout.
Yeah, it
I'd
was
say 50,
awesome.
60 people came through.
There was a lot of people.
They were hyped. The neighbors
Lot
were
of
coming
dogs.
through, and they were happy that we were back outside again. They've been
Love
waiting
it.
for us.
Yeah,
Food was good.
The boys kind of touched on this. Like, it's just such a chill event. Like, a lot of the events that we go to or we like have access to are $25, and you have to listen to this guy talk, and you have to, I don't know, like, it's just annoying. A lot of these events, and they're
Sitting
nighttime, like,
down.
they
or they're
said, like, it's
night, right? You got to go at like 6 o'clock, and you're like, I just worked all day, I'm exhausted. And it's like the one event, it's totally free. You don't have to RSVP because our generation's last minute. They don't decide until 5 minutes before if they're going to go or not.
Yep.
You don't have to bring a thing, and it's free, and it's fun. Like, it's straight up fun. There's no ask. There's no.
You meet
nothing.
so many people.
And everyone's fun. Everyone's got a drink in them. They're happy.
Yeah.
We've never had bad weather. Knock on
Always
wood.
good food. And we
Good
got
food.
the inside, so if it's not outside, we come inside.
Yeah.
Bring your mom, bring your boyfriend, bring your dog.
Yeah,
bring
it's just
whoever.
chill. And like, I think not next month, but the following month, it'll probably be around like the Italian festival.
Yes,
So like, it's
that's
a
gonna be
good
fun.
starting point if you want to just come get a drink before you go somewhere. If you have like a dinner that night or you're going out that night, it's a good starting point. So definitely, if you've been on the fence on coming to one of them, you should come.
Show
I met
out.
a lot
May
of
18th
people.
is the next one.
May 18th.
Like a lot of people.
Holy moly.
You met a lot of people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your experience since it was your first
Yeah, that was your
Cocktail
first
Connections?
official one.
So, that's interesting. It's like
Let me drop it.
so a lot of people, at least like my age, your age, like nobody likes to start a conversation.
Yeah, it's
People
hard.
will
It's
just
awkward.
stare at you,
Yeah.
for like forever, and just be like, "Are you gonna come up?"
Yeah,
and
your
talk to me?
generation's a little
Who
weird.
is that?
Yes.
Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Who is that? Who is she? So it's like kind of awkward at first. Like I try not to make things awkward, so like I try to be the first person to like talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Like, Brandon O'Connor came up to me. We
Yeah.
talked. He's taking me to
I
get
love it.
coffee.
See,
on
he's
Wednesday.
good.
He's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But
And
like-
he goes to a lot of events, so he was probably awkward in the beginning, but now he
Now
knows,
he's
and
so
now
used
he's
to
got,
it.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just becomes a natural
So true.
instinct. Yeah.
And then like half of the people like finally started talking to me when they saw that I was talking to Matt or Connor. They were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like
One of
Who is
us.
she?
who are you?
Who is she?
The
Like,
key,
I'm so bad
the
with
key to
names.
that, like we're gonna get into women in business. Like the key to that, I always tell people, like, is find those people on social media afterwards, and it has to be immediate because if it's like a week later, it's
Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah.
But if you like find them on socials like that night, follow them on Instagram, add them on Facebook, whatever.
That's what Brandon did.
You
for
have
me.
to do it
Yes.
that night because
Yes.
it's not weird if it's that night. And most of the time they'll come up and your suggested friends if you were in the same vicinity as them, which is creepy, but whatever. Add them that night, and then the key is within the first 24 hours, like slide in their DMs.
Yeah.
Fire their picture. Hey, great to meet you. Whatever. 'Cause then from there on out, like your social media relationship, the doors open, and now you're friends. But if you wait a week, now it's creepy.
Yep.
It's awkward. And now next time you see them, you know their name because they just came up on your feed 1,000
Yeah,
times.
talk about that real quick because like reverse social media is something I need to get better at.
What do you mean by reverse social media?
Like you see an agent or you see someone and it's like, oh, my friend so and so, look them up and figure out who they are, and then before you go talk to them. So like if you know you're gonna go meet so and so,
you're gonna stalk them ahead of time.
Yeah, stalk them ahead of time.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's the official term to use.
Reverse
Reverse social
social
media.
media.
I don't
I think I've
know.
heard
that.
Oh, I see you like this on TikTok, and I see
Right.
you post this on Facebook. So like,
That's
Make
such
the
a big
connection.
help too, because like
It's
you
there.
can see like people that
Right.
you know,
yeah,
that they
helps
know.
make that conversation. That conversation's
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, like you can walk in and be like, "Oh, like I saw that you know this person." They'd be like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
I
yeah."
People that own it too, by the way. Like
Hey,
I
yeah.
own it. Right.
Like, hey, I looked you up on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Don't just like subtly drop like, oh, have you recently been on vacation to Cancun? Like, don't be weird about it. Just be like, yo, I stalked you. I saw you were in Cancun. How was that?
Vince Garman, first time I ever met
Yeah.
him. Big man. And I walked into his office. I'm like, hey, I'm the first one here because I'm early for everything. Jade Ruff, how are you? I seen all your TikToks. I know
Yeah.
everything you post on Facebook. How you doing? I'm like, who is this guy? Should I run?
Right. No, he owns it. He owns his stalker ways.
does.
It's
No,
good.
I love it. So.
All right, well, let's get into our first segment. This is the main segment we have, just kind of like talking about life. It's called the T on DE. So we're on Delaware Ave. This is Life on the Ave. So we're kind of going to get into the T. First off, we're going to start with the Team T. So Team T just means what's going on our team, what's something weird or funny that's happened in the last week. So I wasn't at this event, but the team went to a bowling event this week. It was right in the middle of Murph's nap time, so I missed it. But I heard it was some shenanigans. It was funny.
It was a very stressful event
and
for parking.
everyone was there.
By the way, everybody was there.
So it was
Who was
everybody
there?
So yeah, Battle of the Brokers. It was a fundraiser for childhood cancer.
We posted it.
If I'm not
something,
mistaken,
some
it was
kind of cancer.
childhood-
And they had a special guest there. Who was it?
Jimmy Allen, the country singer.
Yeah, so Jimmy Allen was there, and none of us saw him. He took pictures of everybody. He did
Jane
bowling.
knew that he was there and
Yeah.
could win a shirt, but she quote unquote did
Hey,
not care.
do you want to win a Jimmy Allen shirt? No, ma'am. I'm bowling right now.
Side note,
I
Jade was talking all this shit going up to bowling. I'm the best bowler. I'm gonna
I'm a
kick
shit talker.
everyone's ass. Jade lost every single time.
You came in last place.
I accepted my defeat.
Defeat.
I was okay with it because I walked in knowing that I wasn't gonna win.
Cole Sapper came in and hit a few strikes, and I was like, "Who is this guy?"
I hate bowling. All I know is I hate
It's
bowling.
fun. That's a good event. We went last year. It was
Yeah,
like
it's
right
cute.
when I got on the team last year. Cole
Cute
was like,
event.
"Get in the car, we're going bowling." I was like, "What do you mean?"
Cute event.
I love
Pop out, saw
bowling.
so many
It's
people.
one of
It's
those
a good
things like
time.
you gotta go.
You gotta go. You gotta show face at those events. You gotta meet other realtors and all that kind of
Yep.
stuff. Other lenders. There's a bunch of people in the business, so it was a good time.
All right, cool. So bowling event, that's a success. We'll go to that probably every year.
Yeah, for sure.
The
Agreed.
local tea is the next one. Super excited to talk about this one. We are going to an event on Saturday. It's called the Backyard Olympics. So want to give a ton of love to our guy Shane Pizik. He throws this event. I think this is like his 4th or 5th time, at least that I've known about it. I've gone probably to 2 out of the last 3. And I'm actually like the beginning of his like hype video for it. So every time
Pulling
he
up
posts
in the
it,
driveway.
every time he posts the video, it's just like me and Vince, and I'm just like pointing at the camera. So I love it. Every time he posts it, I'm like, yes,
Yes, that's me. He's
There I
got
am.
a goat backyard for it.
He's got the best location
Tons
for it
of
ever.
sponsors.
Yeah, so it's this
The next big thing
Saturday.
coming up.
So this episode comes out on Friday. So if you're listening to this on Friday, the event's tomorrow, Saturday, April 29th. You can sign up to participate, and it's 4 events: golf, home run derby, 3 points. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
MS.
it's for MS.
Yeah.
It's for a good cause. They raise a
A
shit ton
ton of money. Yeah, a ton
so
of money.
be there. You don't have to be
drink,
in the business.
there's a bartender. You can park on the street or like right across the street. There's a big neighborhood. That's where we parked last year. Big prizes include $1,000 cash prize, a trip to Orlando. He will have music, food trucks, games, prizes. Like they go all out for this event, and it's very professionally done. This isn't like a shoddy
it's not
event.
some BS thing.
He has like sponsors on the fence with all like legitimate signs. There's an announcer. There's a DJ.
He sets it up like all month
It's
long.
legit.
Yeah.
It's like a feel good event. Everybody's happy. It's all industries. It's not just real estate.
And just meet good people and friends.
Yeah, and support a good cause.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
and
another thing I think we need to touch on, at least on our social media, is that a lot of our events aren't just real estate
No.
based.
People
Right.
don't believe
But-
you until they come.
But we don't post and say this isn't strictly for real estate. Everybody like
I say
Yeah, we
always
should-
welcome every time, but like
Yeah.
my friends, like
but
I tell
like
them every
unless
time.
you say like this is not strictly a real estate event, people are like,
yeah, they just assume.
I think that it's like
they
a
assume
your
they're gonna get attacked
industry.
by realtors.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
And
call my
that we're
friends
like-
every month, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys gonna come?" And they're like, "We don't want to be with all your realtor friends."
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
my friends
"There's so
said
many
too.
people there."
Yeah.
Like
And
my
also,
friends-
realtor
my
friends are
live-
fun.
My friends
most
live
of them are
walking
drinkers.
distance. Yeah, like we're the funnest people you're gonna hang out with. Do you not see what we're doing for work right
because
now?
Sales. Anyone in sales,
Yeah.
any industry in sales,
Yeah.
typically are a drinker because you're
Yeah.
entertaining, you're out with people, you have highs and lows in sales, you have good months and bad months, so you drink
Just
to
like the
celebrate
human
and you
emotions
drink
and
to
everything.
drown out your life. So yeah. All right, so moving on to the pop tea. We struggled with
So
this one,
excited for this.
but actually we're excited to talk about this.
I
So,
love
like,
this.
The pop tea was the number one thing I saw when I opened my TikTok this morning.
Everywhere.
Morgan Wallen canceled his show
5 minutes before he was supposed to come
5
out.
minutes before.
Like the
What do we think about
when
that?
people were recording, okay, hey, that's like really messed up. Like
Messed
you
up.
have all these people that paid like hundreds, probably thousands of dollars to
Some
come
of them.
drive and see you,
yeah.
and then you blame it on your vocal cords or
How
whatever.
many people were wasted in the stands just waiting?
Right.
Oh my God,
Which
like-
probably made a very angry crowd. No, and if it's your vocals, you knew about that all day.
100%.
Right? Like you knew about that all day.
But like we talked about earlier, people go up and lip sync all the time. Do
Yeah,
it.
right.
Like,
Just
nobody's
lip
even
Fake
if they
it till
do
you
know,
know.
like
I don't
bunch of
know.
artists do
It was
that.
cringe. The videos, people like finding out, it was cringe. It was hard to watch.
What's your favorite Morgan Wallen song?
Oh my
865.
Cowgirls.
I
The
like
newest
I
one.
like Stand Out.
Okay.
So that's like a random one, but I like the song Stand Out.
No, that's good.
Oh, Wasted on You. That song.
Sunrise.
Yeah, that's a good
Just
one.
naming songs off the new album.
Right. No, he's great. He's super good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a bad look for him. Yeah, so that kind of wraps up our T on DE. Those are the latest for the team, local and pop T. So let's kind of jump into our topic. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
segment topic. Yeah. Yeah, so we are the women of the Garmin Group. We are obviously women in business and
All with red hair.
Yeah, so weird. Wait,
How did that happen?
how have we not talked about that?
People ask us all the time,
Mary
do you
Kate.
only hire redheads? Are you
So
guys all
weird.
related?
It's the weirdest
and
thing.
Me and Jade are always like,
Did you specifically recruit redheads?
No. You
you
came
sure?
to us. Jade came to us.
Weirdly.
You
Like-
came to us, and I was hesitant. I said to Vincent, I don't know if we
Co-signer
can
came
handle
to me.
another
Maybe you
redhead.
wanna join the team.
True. I was like, I don't know. I think it'd be weird if we had another one. Like, I'm like territorial
I'm
of
the
it.
redhead.
Right, I'm territorial. I'm the only redhead in my family. Like,
so then I
yeah,
come in if you didn't
so whatever. And then once we had you, then Jordan came, and it's like, well, we already broke the seal. What's
so
another one?
First time we met Jordan Foy, so they met you first. So
Yeah.
they were like, hey, Cole, Connor, Jade, go take her to lunch, go meet
Yeah,
her.
see what
okay,
you think.
cool. We go down to Opa. We're gonna meet her. Jordan. We don't know if it's a boy. We don't know if it's a
Yeah,
girl.
you guys thought it was a guy.
We didn't know anything about
Yeah,
it.
they thought it was a guy.
And I don't know why you didn't tell us like anything about it.
We
don't
didn't know. We
Yeah.
just assumed you knew. I don't know.
Go in there blindsided. So we're walking in, open the door, saw a redhead. I was like, holy shit, that's her. There's no way. That's not the person we're meeting. And it was.
It's so weird. It's
And,
so weird.
They had a showing once,
And
and
they're
somebody
so
walked
rare.
up to us, and they were like, "Are you guys sisters?" And me and
Sisters,
Jade
I
just started
know.
laughing.
What'd she say? I think you're 2% of the population.
Right. I know.
Yeah,
It's
I don't
so
care.
weird. We've gotten so many people hit us
Yeah.
up about it. It's so weird. It's just
Hey,
a
work with
coincidence.
it, though.
It's straight up a coincidence, and I don't know what else to say.
It's
a
crazy.
coincidence.
Wild.
I don't think we can break away from it now.
No,
though.
the next girl
I don't
that's-
think that we can break away.
Can't be on the team unless you're a redhead.
Oh.
And you two are both very red. You make me feel blonde. All right, so back to business, women in business. So I think we should each kind of briefly talk about how we got here, what we were doing before this, and yeah, we can kind of like start with that. Jade, you can go first.
I'm 24. I had a bunch of jobs just like working around people. So whether it was retail, restaurant, I love jumping job to job. If I'm not happy, I'm going to keep moving on. And then I just like being around good people. So if I feel the vibe, it's not good, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
COVID, I went to college for healthcare. COVID killed that for me. And I was like crying to my mom. I was like, Mom, what do? I can't sit in this cubicle and deal with healthcare for the rest of my life. COVID brought out all the nasty stuff all the nasty stuff you don't see. She was like, why don't you try real estate? And I was like, oh my God, I never thought about that. And it's super scary jumping in. Like, I was making the most money I've ever made. I had a solid schedule. Like, I had a career I was proud to tell people about. Hey, I work at Christiana Hospital. Like, I'm finally wearing scrubs. Like, I felt like a boss-ass bitch. But I wasn't happy. So,
Right.
like...
So who cares?
I'm just thankful that I have that intuition where I'm like, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Jumped into real estate. It's scary to make that jump and do commission, and you don't know how much money you're going to make, and you don't know, when and if your bills are going to be paid. But then you have good months, so as long as you can budget it, you can make it work. So, I just think that you need to love people and you need to be a hard worker because it's what you put in is what you're going to get out of it. So
Totally true. I can go next. Weirdly enough, I was actually in human resources first. So all my internships in college were in human resources, which I was just a people person. Like I loved business. I loved like working like a 9 to 5. I loved like getting up, putting on, your heels and dress and going to work every day. Coming out of college, most of the jobs that I was interviewing for were like recruitment jobs, which I actually think I would have been okay at. It just, I didn't want to sit on the phone all day. And most of those jobs that I was interviewing for specifically were just phone jobs. So like you would just be cold calling all day. And I just didn't want to do that. It was just not for me. So then I just jumped into real estate, started working for my roommate's dad, who was a local landlord, and jumped into real estate working for him and kind of been in this whirlwind of an industry ever since. And some days I love it. I love dressing up in heels and dresses and getting all dolled up. And then now kind of on the flip side, being in like the more residential world, specifically kind of starting to lean in more towards like the property management world. I now like dress like a pregnant person, which I am.
Stop, you're hot.
But someday I will be back in the heels and dresses. And some days I have my moments.
You do. You
Some
come in
days.
here and everybody's like, what?
When
I
I
dress
jaw
up-
drops.
Yeah, this morning I walked in and I had makeup on, and Cole was like, "Oh,
How
who
are you
is this?"
Getting
And
ready for the podcast.
When I come in with like joggers on and a hat, it's like, oh man, she had a rough night. Yeah, but like the nice part about real estate is like we can have both those days and both those moments. Yes, that's me.
So I'm only 21. Just turned 21 last month.
Cheers to that.
I started working when I was 15. I did restaurant industry, retail, and then in December of 2021, I got my life insurance license.
What?
Yes.
Every time
Fun
you
fact.
talk, I learn something new.
Fun fact. Had a mentor and everything. Started my first day, second day, third day, and I was like, I absolutely hate this.
Yeah.
This is so boring. I don't want to do this. So I'd been talking about real estate since I was like 18, and everybody was like, don't do it. Don't do it. You're not going to make any money. I was getting text messages, don't do it. Don't do it at all. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I met Mary Kate accidentally.
Yep.
While I was
Through Charlie Trent's.
having a what I called a midlife crisis about what to do with my major, because I changed my major probably 6 times. And Mary Kate was like, you would be really good. You should get your real estate license.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend actually bought it for me that night, sent a message to Mary Kate.
Yeah, you're like, I'm in.
Now here I am.
Here you are. No, the
I
thing,
love it.
Yeah, the thing with real estate is like, if you have that like gut feeling you want to try it, like go for it. Who cares?
And I still work my restaurant job at night. It's a little overwhelming sometimes, but like I'm still making connections with people. Like my regulars are like, you're selling houses now? Like,
right.
Yeah.
that's so cool.
No, if you have that inkling of like, I think I could be good at this. Like, honestly, one of the reasons I jumped into the residential world was like selling Sunset when that came out. It was huge. It's so cringe to say, but like,
That's my favorite
I
show.
just loved what they were doing. I love that they were like all women doing their thing, dressed up like boss bitches, whatever you want to say, boss babes, like whatever cringe title you want to give them. Like, I just adored it. And I was like, I think I can do that. I think I can do that. So yeah, if you watch those shows and you're like, I think I could do that, like maybe you could.
So jumping into the next topic of like social
Yeah.
media and video content and like how important that is. Mari Juliet is a girl that I follow on TikTok. She's a boss ass bitch. Does
She's
real estate
amazing.
in Pompano Beach. Maybe we can tag her. Maybe she'll send me an email.
She's
I
an
did go look
inspiration.
at
She
her
really
office
is.
down there. Stalked it. She wasn't there. But she just lived a cool lifestyle. She seems super real. I know people can be fake on social media. I want to believe she's not being fake. And just lived a good life. She's out on the beach. She's with her baby. She's selling houses. She's in the office. Made her own brokerage. So that independentness of like just growing her business, and like I see that with you and Vince, like
I was
this
gonna say,
office
she
and
reminds me
everything
of
going
you.
on here. Like I'm so happy to be a part of it, and then like, so happy and thankful to be supported to do whatever I want on social media. Because where I was before, because I jumped brokerages and whatnot, like I was told no, I was told you don't need that, like don't post that. My mom always told me as a kid, like don't post a picture with the beer can, or like God forbid you have a lighter in the picture.
Right.
So like going off that too, like I made 2 Facebooks and all that kind of stuff. I have a realtor Facebook, I have a normal Facebook, and then like as I'm growing my business, it's like you want to connect them all. Why do you have 2 separate groups
and you
of
want to
people?
be authentically yourself.
Yeah. So like the older I get and the more I grow in this business and the more successful I get, the more authentic I feel like I can be.
Yeah, and the less you care what people think.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is like the kind of business that like if you care what people think, this is not for you.
No,
this is not for you, because you have to put yourself out there all the time.
Yeah.
And social media is the way that we attract people to us, buyers, sellers. If you are not confident in who you are and posting, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. I am 7 months pregnant sitting here right now. Who cares? Like, this is what I look like.
But you're
I don't
awesome
know.
and you own it, and like you see that and you glow every day.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah,
the kind
try.
of people that are like, oh, don't look at me, or oh, I
Right.
can't come out of the house today. Like, what
Yeah.
opportunities are you missing? Whether it's a
Right.
sale, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a good lunch, whether it's a beautiful sunset, like whatever that is, get out there.
Yeah.
And like Mary Kate, you and I had this conversation a couple weeks ago when I first started, and I archived all of my bikini pictures because I was freaking out. I didn't want people to see it. Mary Kate's like, why? Why did you do that? And I'm like, I'm
People
so
are
sorry.
gonna
And she's
wanna
like,
work with
why
you
did
because
you?
of that.
Why did
No,
you do
who
that?
cares?
Put
Yeah.
them back up. And
Who
I put them
cares?
all back up, and I was like, I guess you're right. Like, it's not my true self if I take away
No.
my pictures just
Yeah.
because I started a new business. Like that's
I overall tend to lean towards not putting up political things because I think
That's
I never do
I
that.
think people on both
wash.
ends of the spectrum buy and sell houses.
Agreed.
Outside of that, though,
That's the only
like,
topic you can't post about. Too many conversations that aren't necessary.
Everybody's
outside
allowed
of
to have
that,
their opinions.
most of the successful women in this business, like whatever, if they've however they want to operate, like Mary Juliet. Do I say her name right?
Mari.
Mari.
I thought it was Mary too.
She's got her
Mari.
boobs out. I'm pretty sure they're fake. I don't know.
She just got boobed out. She had her second
are.
kid.
Good. So
she popped them out.
she's
Yep.
very open about that.
She looks
like,
amazing, though.
Yeah.
She has her
I
boobs
would.
out in every post, and
I
like if
would.
that's what you want to do, I do
Do
not
it.
judge you. Like whatever. But the thing
Her
is you
Instagram
got to back
pictures.
it up. You got to
Yeah.
be smart and back it up, which she
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
She's very smart.
Yeah.
Very educated.
Yeah.
She is. And
She
she's
has to be smart.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's real. I hate when someone talks to me with all these logistical
Yeah.
terms that you can't understand.
She dumbs
It's
it
not
down.
that serious.
Yes.
No.
Do you want to buy this house? This is
Yes
what
or
it,
no?
yeah, this is what the return on investment is. This is what it looks like. Here's your responsibilities.
Yeah, she's super real. Really like her.
I'm going back to Pompano. I'm going to meet her one day.
You definitely are.
Yep. I
You
send her
definitely are.
cocktail connection invites.
I love that.
She's in my email.
I love
send her
that.
emails.
What if she
One
showed
time
up
I
one
called.
day?
No, listen. One time I called her cell phone, like just out of the blue, because I was like, "There's no way her cell phone number is posted. There's no way she's gonna answer." You know, my cell phone number as an agent is posted all over the internet.
Same. Yeah.
I called her cell phone number, and I'm like, "Dude, this girl's too rich. Like, she has an admin. There's
Right.
no way she.
Right.
This is Mari. How can I help you?" I shit
Sure.
myself. I was not prepared. I did not think she was gonna answer, and I was like, "This is Jade. I'm from Delaware, and like, do you want to get coffee? I'm gonna be in Pompano one day." And like, she told me that she had a bachelorette and she was going to like Delray, Florida, like somewhere else in Florida, and I was like, got off the phone with her. I was like, "Damn, she lied to me. Like, I'm a freak. Like, she's gonna call me."
No, she probably didn't. She was
She
dead
posted on
serious.
TikTok out of bachelorette.
Yeah, she was dead
didn't lie.
serious.
She was dead
She's super
serious.
authentic.
Yeah, and I was like so happy, and
Yeah.
it was just a crazy moment.
Yeah, so authenticity is huge.
Yeah,
Feeling girl
100%.
over here.
That's something like Vince and I have talked about a lot too, is like the market's hard right now. Like the market's not easy. We've talked about maybe like turning this podcast into more like honesty with the market,
Yes.
right? Like it's not all sunshine and rainbows out there. It is a tough market, especially if you're a buyer. Authenticity is huge. Like
Yeah.
I think we need to start posting more about, you know, kind of like the negatives, the harder
it's like-
side of this.
It's hard because people don't want to believe you until
No,
like, and
until they're
even
in
when
it.
buyers come in here and they sit here for a meeting, they don't want to believe the reality of the market. We tell them until they lose 2 or 3 offers.
Correct.
I'm never going to waive a home inspection. I'm never going to go over
Right.
asking. They lose their first dream house.
Right.
Jade, what do I have to do? I'll waive a home inspection. I'll, give my firstborn kid. Like they'll
Yeah.
do all this crazy stuff, and
Right.
it's like, cool. Like now you're understanding. I'm sorry it's this way.
It sucks.
but it's real.
Right. And we're just here to educate you. Like,
Yes.
we're not going to force you to sign anything or do anything
Yeah.
you're not comfortable with, but it's our job to tell you what is actually happening. Like, okay, if you don't want to waive the home inspection, that's fine, but like, you're not going to get the house.
The other 17 offers on the table waive
Did.
the home inspection.
Right.
It
Exactly.
sucks, but
and we're
that's
going to
real.
write it up. We're going to write up the offer for you. We're going to work our butts off to
Yes.
get you the best, opportunity that we can. Ultimately, our job is to educate people. And we're hoping, I don't know, maybe we can all kind of talk about this as a team, but like, we're hoping this podcast can maybe like open it up a little bit to like, hey, like this is what's happening in the market. You're tired of seeing all these, now's a great time to buy real estate. You're like, oh, interest
So
rates
corny.
are up and date the rate, and marry that, like all the bullshit. Like, we kind of are hoping this becomes like an honest route to like be like, hey, like this is what's actually
If
happening.
you want to buy a house, it doesn't matter if the market's good or what's going
Right.
on. Real estate's a great place to put your money, and if
Yeah.
you're going to live there for 5, 10, 15 years, it's great.
Right.
What you pay today is going to appreciate, and it's not going to matter.
So back to kind of what we were saying, like authenticity is huge, especially on social media. I think we're going to be super authentic on this podcast. I think that's what separates you. I think there's
Yes.
a bajillion podcasts out there, but what I hope this brings is a little bit of authenticity, honesty, and yeah, hopefully people appreciate it. We'll see. Last thing, what's the best way to grow followers? How do we feel about that?
Post a lot. So I think like with posting a lot, so like when I tried to grow my TikTok, I posted like 3 to 5 TikToks a day,
Yeah.
which is exhausting. It feels embarrassing.
Yeah.
It feels annoying. But like I got like 1,000 followers in like 3 weeks.
It works.
It works. And like the biggest piece of advice I give to people who ask me like, how do you post that and how do you do this? Like you're posting for people who don't know you.
Yeah.
Don't post for your friends. Don't worry about what your friends are going to say, your mom's going to say, your boyfriend's going to say, whatever. If you're posting stuff to get out there, you're posting for the people who don't know you. So
Such good advice.
educating them, or like whether it's silly or whatever it is, you just want people to know you. Your friends already know you, so it doesn't
Right.
matter. They're going to love you. They're going to make fun of you, but or if people think you're annoying,
They
they
thought
know
that
who you
before.
are and they know what you do, and that's
So
that.
true.
So like,
I'm not
Just
doing it to
do
make
it.
friends.
Yeah.
or-
You told me that about my one TikTok. I was so scared. I've never posted a talking TikTok in my life.
Yeah.
I was terrified. And Jade was like,
Isn't it weird the first time?
yes. And
I
she was
know.
like, you're not posting for your friends. You're
No.
posting for people
Yeah.
who want to know this.
Yeah.
Like, your friends don't care. They're still your friends.
They already know you.
And I was like, if I think about this for 2 more seconds, I'm not going to post it.
And, like,
So I posted
record
it and
the
I put
video.
my phone away. I was like, I'm not doing this.
Have a little bit of a plan. Record the video and post it. Don't think 15 minutes about a caption.
No, yeah.
Don't
I
rewatch
do.
a video 15 times. It's already recorded.
You'll get over that.
Yeah.
It
And
just
get it
takes
out there.
time.
And obviously, like with TikTok, like you gotta hop on the trends. There's
Yeah.
no trends
Yes.
on Instagram. There's
Yeah.
no trends on Facebook and
Right.
all that kind of stuff. But like video content's huge. TikTok's where it's at right now. Record the video, put it out there. I don't care if it's eyelashes or it's real estate or you're dog walking or you're just getting ready with me every single morning because you want to be.
If
an
you
influencer,
enjoy it,
do it.
specifically, like if you're into it and you're like, I love this, like
Yeah.
I'm sure
Don't
there's
care what people think.
So many people that film a million TikToks and never post
Yeah.
it, like. Do it for yourself. Post
Yeah.
it for yourself. I watch my own TikToks a million times. 'Cause I'm like,
I
wow.
laugh at myself a lot.
I
I'm
made
like,
that.
oh
Yes.
my God.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, wow, I wonder what people think about this. Like, I wonder what like my third grade friend who I haven't talked to in years. But then I'm just like, also don't care.
But they're watching you. Your TikToks over
They're
and over.
100%
and
watching.
a year later, hey Mary Kate, I've been watching your TikToks for a year.
Yeah.
I'm ready
Yes,
to buy a house.
it happens.
Hey Mary Kate, I've been watching your TikToks. Like,
Yeah.
I'm having my first kid. Can you help me
Happens.
out?
My number one
Happens.
supporter is my high school English teacher.
Yeah.
Nah.
She will repost the shit out of everything.
That's awesome.
She likes it. She comments. She gets in my DMs all the time. Like she's
the best.
has been my number one supporter since I graduated.
Lean in. Lean in.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Get coffee with her and be like, hey, how can I get all your referral business? Everyone
would
you know.
totally-
Well, hopefully that was good advice
Yeah.
for everyone. And yeah, I feel like that's a good place to kind of wrap it up.
That was great.
Agreed.
I think so. Yeah.
Hopefully we were educational and entertaining.
We did.
Yeah.
We talked about being
minimal
redheads. Yeah. we
Minimal
dropped a couple, I
shout-outs.
tried to drop a couple in. But yeah, I think overall funniest topic is the fact that we're all redheads. I can't wait to splice that up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
And none of us have ever done anything to our hair, right?
Never.
My mom didn't
Never.
let me as a kid.
No, never.
My cousin would dye her hair pink. All my friends are getting highlights,
Never.
going brown, doing blonde.
My parents never let me.
No, I mean,
But now we don't have
Yeah.
to pay for it.
no, exactly.
Now we don't have to pay for
My
shit.
friends that are like
And
blonde.
fun fact of
$400
the
a month.
day: redheads don't gray.
I know.
You
We're the
go
last
blonde.
to gray. Yeah, we're the last to gray if you do. Yeah. I know.
Like
It's the
that's
bomb.
so. I never have to worry about covering up my
I know.
roots. It's amazing.
The only thing is our eyebrow upkeep. Like you get your eyebrows. No, you
I
don't.
am natural.
Oh no, I have to get mine done
I have to
every
get mine
3
dyed.
weeks.
I have to get mine done. I'm due for it
mine
right
are
now.
waxed and tinted every 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's the only downside. Otherwise, I hated being a redhead as like a kid.
So did
I got
I.
made
I
fun of in
bullied
school.
so much.
As soon as I hit college, it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
Prime.
say till about 10th grade I got made fun of.
prime.
Yeah.
No, I was all through high school,
Yeah.
all the way through.
No, mine was until
Whatever.
college. Like
That's the team. That's the girls.
Yes. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week.
All right. Well, as we, I think, have kind of wrapped the other ones up, like our door's always open.
Yeah.
Our office, if the lights are on, someone's here. Come on in. If you are having a rough day and just need to be cheered up, if you're looking for a house, if you're looking for an apartment, you just want to get
We're
a
here.
drink,
If you want to
whatever.
go to Oyster House and grab some surf
We are
sides,
Someone
always
will
down.
always be down. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next week.
love y'all.